Hello, and welcome to this English learning video. Today we are going to practice shadowing with a trip to the supermarket. Shadowing is a great way to improve your speaking and your listening skills. Just listen to me and repeat what I say at the same time. Let's start our shopping trip now. First, we arrive at the supermarket. We need to find a place for the car. We drive into the parking lot. The parking lot is very big today. I see many cars in the parking lot. I find a parking spot near the entrance. I park the car and get out. Now I walk toward the front doors. I see the shopping carts near the entrance. I need a shopping cart for my groceries. I take a shopping cart and push it inside. The supermarket is very bright and clean. I have a long shopping list today. I need to buy many things for my home. First, I go to the produce section. This is where the fresh vegetables are. I see green lettuce and red tomatoes. I need to buy some onions and potatoes. The potatoes are in a large brown bag. I put the bag of potatoes in my shopping cart. I also want some fruit. I see yellow bananas and red apples. I put some apples in a plastic bag. The fruit looks very fresh and delicious. Now I move to the next aisle. I am looking for the bakery section. I can smell the fresh bread. I need to buy a loaf of bread. I see white bread and whole wheat bread. I prefer the whole wheat bread today. I put the bread in my shopping cart. I also see some sweet cookies. I will buy a small box of cookies for a snack. Next, I need to find the dairy section. I'm looking for milk and eggs. The milk is in the large refrigerator. I take a carton of milk and check the date. The milk is fresh, so I put in my cart. Now I look for the eggs. I find a carton of 12 eggs. I open the carton to make sure the eggs are not broken. The eggs look perfect. I put the eggs carefully in my shopping cart. Now I need some basic items for my kitchen. I go to the aisle with baking supplies. I am looking for sugar and salt. I find a large bag of white sugar. I also find a small container of sea salt. I put the sugar and the salt in my cart. These are important for cooking. I also need some flour for baking. I put a bag of flour in my shopping cart too. I walk to the next aisle to find breakfast foods. I'm looking for cereal. There are many types of cereal on the shelves. I see corn flakes and chocolate cereal. I choose a healthy cereal with oats. I put the box of cereal in my shopping cart. I also need some coffee for the morning. I find a coffee near the tea. I pick up a jar of instant coffee. Now I'm looking for canned goods. I need to buy some soup for lunch. I see tomato soup and chicken soup. I will buy 2 cans of tomato soup. Canned soup is very easy to prepare. I put the cans of soup in my shopping cart. I also see cans of beans and corn. I do not need beans today, but I will buy some corn. I need to find some drinks now. I go to the soda aisle. I see many bottles of soda and sparkling water. I want to buy some orange soda. I put a large bottle of soda in my shopping cart. I also need to find some juice. I see apple juice and grape juice. I choose the apple juice today. Now I remember that I need things for a barbecue. I go to the section for meat. I see beef and chicken and pork. I want to buy some steaks for the grill. I put the meat in my shopping cart. I also need to find some charcoal. The charcoal is usually near the back of the store. I find a big bag of charcoal for the fire. I also need to buy some ice for the drinks. The ice is in a large freezer near the front. I will get the ice last so it does not melt. Now I will explore the other sections of this large supermarket. This store is very big and has many different departments. I walk toward the back to find the gardening zone. I love plants and flowers. I see many green plants and colorful flowers on the shelves. There are small pots and large pots for the garden. I need to buy a new garden hose for my backyard. I find a garden hoses near the watering cans. I choose a long green hose that is very strong. I also see bags of soil and fertilizer. I put the garden hose in my shopping cart. I walk past the outdoor furniture and the umbrellas. Next to the gardening zone is the hardware area. This is where I can find tools and home repair items. I'm looking for some new light bulbs for my kitchen. There are many types of light bulbs here. I see LED bulbs and soft white bulbs. I choose a pack of 4 light bulbs that save energy. I also need to look at the ladders. I need a small ladder to reach the high shelves in my house. I see a silver metal ladder that is very light. I decide to come back for the ladder another day because it is very big. I see hammers and screwdrivers and nails on the wall. The hardware area is very organized and easy to navigate. Now I walk toward the electronics and appliances section. This part of the store is very modern. I see many large televisions on the wall. The pictures on the televisions are very clear and bright. I also see laptops and tablets and headphones. I am looking for a new blender for my kitchen. I find a small appliances near the microwave ovens. I see a powerful blender that is perfect for making smoothies. I also see toasters and coffee makers and electric kettles. I look at a large refrigerator and a new washing machine. The appliances are very shiny and new. I put the blender in my shopping cart carefully. I move to the next section, which is for household cleaning products. This aisle smells very fresh and like lemons. I need to buy some laundry detergent to wash my clothes. I find a large bottle of liquid detergent. I also need some dish soap for the kitchen sink. I see many different brands of dish soap. I choose the one that is good for sensitive skin. I also need to buy some glass cleaner for the windows. I see sponges and brushes and floor mops. I find a pack of yellow sponges for cleaning the bathroom. I put the detergent and the dish soap and the sponges in my cart. My cart is getting very heavy now. I feel a little bit tired from all the walking. I decide to visit the cafeteria inside the supermarket. The cafeteria is a nice place to sit and rest. I park my shopping cart near the entrance of the cafeteria. I smell fresh coffee and delicious food. I walk to the counter to see the menu. They have sandwiches and salads and hot soup. I'm not very hungry, so I will just have a drink. I order a large cup of black coffee. The person at the counter is very friendly. I pay for my coffee and find a small table. I sit down and watch the people shopping in the store. It is very busy today. I see families and students and elderly people. The cafeteria is very comfortable and quiet. After finishing my coffee, I feel more energetic. I go back to my shopping cart and check my list again. I have the garden hose and the light bulbs. I have the blender and the cleaning products. I realize I forgot to buy some batteries. I go back to the electronics area to find the batteries. I see double of batteries and triple of batteries. I take a pack of 8 batteries for my remote control. I also see some charging cables for my phone. I do not need a cable today, but it is good to know where they are. I walk through the aisle with home decor. I see beautiful lamps and soft pillows. I see picture frames and candles that smell like vanilla. I do not need any decor today, but I like to look at the beautiful things. This supermarket really has everything for the home. I walk past the pharmacy section too. I see vitamins and medicine for colds. I see bandages and first aid kits. It is a very complete store. I am walking toward the front of the store again. I pass by the pet food aisle. I see big bags of dog food and small cans of cat food. I do not have a pet, so I do not stop there. I also pass the stationery aisle. I see notebooks and pens and pencils for school. I see colorful folders and glue and scissors. The supermarket is organized by categories, so it is easy to find what you need. I am now near the bakery again. The smell of fresh bread is still there. I see some delicious cakes in a glass display. There are chocolate cakes and fruit tarts. I think about buying a piece of cake, but I decide to stay healthy today. I see the staff putting fresh donuts on the trays. They look very tasty. I am walking toward the checkout area one more time. I see the signs for the different aisles above my head. Aisle 1 is for snacks and candy. Aisle 2 is for cereal and breakfast. Aisle 3 is for baking and spices. Aisle 4 is for canned food and pasta. Aisle 5 is for drinks and soda. Aisle 6 is for cleaning supplies. Aisle 7 is for paper products like tissues and toilet paper. I have visited almost every aisle in the store today. I see a store employee wearing a blue uniform. I ask him where I can find the trash bags. He points to aisle 7 near the paper towels. I go to aisle 7 and find the trash bags. I choose the large bags that are very strong. I put them in my cart. Now I am sure that my shopping is complete. I have items from the produce section and the dairy section. I have items from the hardware and electronics sections. I have cleaning supplies and gardening tools. The supermarket is a very interesting place to observe language. You can read the labels on the products. You can hear the announcements on a loudspeaker. The voice on the loudspeaker says there is a sale on fresh fish. The voice says the store will close in 1 hour. I listen to the words carefully to practice my English. I read the prices on the red signs. The red signs mean there is a special discount. I like to save money when I go shopping. I'm walking through the store and I realize I need to find a restroom. I look for a sign that says bathrooms. I see the sign near the back of the supermarket. I leave my cart for a moment and go to the bathroom. Now I am back and ready to finish my shopping. I look at my shopping list one more time. I have the bread and the milk. I have the vegetables and the meat. I have the sugar and the salt. I have the cereal and the soup. I have the soda and the charcoal. I think I have everything I need. Oh wait, I forgot the snacks. I go to the aisle with chips and pretzels. I pick up a bag of potato chips. Now my shopping cart is very full. I walk toward the front of the store. It is time to pay for my groceries. I look for the checkout counters. There are many checkout lines today. Some lines are very long. I look for a shorter line. I see a sign for the express lane. The express lane is for people with few items. I have many items, so I cannot use the express lane. I go to a regular checkout counter. I am now waiting at the checkout again. I see a magazine rack near the line. I look at the covers of the magazines. There are magazines about cooking and magazines about travel. I also see some candy bars and chewing gum near the cash register. These are called impulse buys because people buy them at the last minute. I decide not to buy any candy today. The cashier scans my garden hose and the blender. She scans the light bulbs and the cleaning spray. She asks me if I would like to buy a reusable bag. I say yes, please, because I want to help the environment. The reusable bag is very strong and can hold many things. I pay for my items, and the cashier gives me the receipt. I feel very satisfied with my shopping trip. I have found everything on my list and some extra things for my house. I wait in line for my turn. There is one person in front of me. The cashier is scanning their items. I put my items on the conveyor belt. I put the heavy items first. I put the bread and the eggs last so they do not get crushed. The cashier says hello to me. I say hello to the cashier. The cashier starts scanning my items. I hear a beep every time an item is scanned. The cashier asks me if I found everything I was looking for. I say yes, thank you. The cashier asks if I have a loyalty card. I do not have a loyalty card today. The cashier tells me the total price. That is a lot of groceries. Now I must choose my payment method. I can pay with cash or I can pay with a credit card. I decide to use my credit card. I swipe my card in the machine. The machine asks for my PIN number. I enter my PIN number and wait. The machine says approved. The cashier gives me my receipt. I put the receipt in my wallet. Now I need to pack my groceries into bags. Some supermarkets have people to help you pack. Today I must pack my own bags. I put the heavy cans and bottles at the bottom. I put the fresh vegetables and the bread at the top. I use 5 plastic bags for all my groceries. I put the bags back into my shopping cart. I push my shopping cart out of the store. I walk back to the parking lot. I find my car where I parked it. I open the trunk of my car. I put all the grocery bags into the trunk. Now I take the empty shopping cart to the cart return area. It is important to put the cart back in the right place. I walk back to my car and get inside. I am tired, but I am happy because I have food for the week. I start the car and drive out of the parking lot. My trip to the supermarket is finished. I push the heavy cart toward the exit. The automatic doors open as I approach. The air outside is cool and fresh. I see the sunset in the sky above the parking lot. I find my car and start loading the bags. The blender is heavy, so I put in the trunk first. The garden hose fits perfectly on the side. I make sure the light bulbs are safe and will not break. I return the cart to the designated area. I see other people doing the same. It is a good habit to be helpful. I get into the driver's seat and put on my seat belt. I check my mirrors and start the engine. I drive slowly through the parking lot. I see the big sign of the supermarket glowing in the dark. It was a very productive day. I learned many new words and practice my speaking. I drive toward my house and think about the dinner I will cook. I will use the fresh vegetables and the meat I bought. I will use the new blender to make a delicious sauce. Shopping at the supermarket is a regular task, but it is a great opportunity to learn. Every trip is a chance to practice English in a real-world situation. I am happy with my progress, and I am ready for the next challenge. Learning English is a journey, and every step is important. I will continue to practice every day. I arrive at my house and park the car. I carry the bags inside one by one. I put the milk and the eggs in the refrigerator. I put the bread in the bread box. I put the cleaning products under the sink. I put the garden hose in the garage. My house is now full of fresh food and useful things. I am ready for a relaxing evening at home. This shopping experience was very helpful for my vocabulary. I know the names of many products and sections now. I know how to ask for help and how to pay at the register. I feel more comfortable using English in a store. Tomorrow I will practice again with a different topic. Every day I get better and better at speaking English. It is important to stay positive and keep practicing. Language learning is fun when you use it for real things like shopping. I'll look forward to my next English lesson. I hope you enjoyed this shadowing exercise. Practicing these common phrases will help you feel more confident when you go shopping. Remember to repeat this video often to improve your pronunciation. Repetition is the key to learning a new language. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you found this helpful, please give it a like. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel for more English learning videos. We have many more topics to help you practice your speaking. Have a wonderful day and happy learning. See you in the next video.